Hi, my name is Whitney. I'm kind of coming in partially through. I started taking a video and then that particular video stopped working. So what I'm making today is a croque monsieur. I've got my mise en place. I'll show y'all some of that. And I've already got my bechamel brewing, so I have to kind of baby that a little bit while I'm working on what I'm doing. So as far as my mise en place, what we had here was, this was the plate that held butter and flour. That's now rocking in the pot over here. We have a cutting board that has cheese and turkey bacon because me and my tummy don't like ham. So here we go. This is Colby Jack. It ain't fancy. This is Gouda. A little bit more fancy, but not real fancy. And the turkey bacon. What you hear behind me is my baby. I have a lot of children. This week has been crazy at work thanks to the Delta variant of the coronavirus that's floating around. We got a few cases in Clallam County. I work in healthcare. I spent a good bit of today sticking swabs up people's noses. So, got a lot of overtime. Real tired. That's why I'm making a glorified grilled cheese. So right now I'm just whisking this bechamel. So it was about 3 tablespoons of butter and Kerrygold and about the same amount of flour, give or take. We don't do exact measurements. I am Southern. We just sort of throw stuff together until our ancestors say, you're good. So I had run out of milk just yesterday. So my bechamel sauce is half and half. It's the sounds of joy happening in my living room. So basically, again, what a bechamel sauce is: butter, flour. You cook the flour down a little bit because nobody wants a floury sauce. Like, it's not how you make friends. And then you just add a dairy product. Normally it would be milk. We're doing half and half because that's what we got. I run a Facebook group called Food Bank Chronicles, and I started it because I was unemployed for a while. I have like a bazillion children, 5 or 75, it really depends on the day. Feels like 105 most days, if we're being honest. So I had to kind of use what the food bank gave us. So that group was sort of born out of how to make like elevated food out of whatever rando scraps we get. Our food bank is great, but sometimes we would get like, just very random stuff. It was really fun. I actually find it very exciting. So here is my bechamel. Yeah. Just took that off the stove. So the recipe that I'm using, I can link it in the post, but basically it's bread, bechamel, turkey bacon, cheese. One moment. Hey guys. Yeah. And normally I would use a little bit more fancy bread. Hold on one second, please. Hi. So normally I would use a little bit fancier bread. If I make French toast, I like to get a French bread, slice them bad boys, let them get a little stale overnight, and then it kind of soaks up the egg and milk. A little custard, it's really good. I would often do that with this because I have made these before. We ain't got that kind of time. So what I'm gonna do is layer my bechamel onto my bread. I'm gonna add my turkey bacon. I'm gonna add my cheese, another bread, some more bechamel. All right, y'all want to see this? It's magic. So this particular bechamel is a little on the thick side for what I prefer, but you know, it still kind of runs a little bit ribbony. There you go. So for these purposes, it's going to work because it doesn't really have a choice. So I'm having to do this on my laptop. It's a lot more awkward than I would prefer. So we have our bread. Have our bread.
I know. You got a chicken nugget. Yum.
So going back to college, a little bit older. I'm not going to say how much older, because I'm not doing that. But it's definitely been a different experience because I don't know if many of my classmates in most of my classes have to record videos after working 10 hours, sticking things up people's noses while they're also feeding their toddlers. And throwing their assignments together with stuff that's in their fridge. But, you know, maybe. You know, we might have a little bit of common ground here. So, I'm going to lower this a little bit. Lower that puppy. So, see what we got here. Got some bechamel on that. I'm going to rip this bacon in half. I'm not really feeling the meat lately, so I think just one slice of bacon will be good enough for me. And you know, if I was a thinking woman, I would have put the cheese on and then the bacon, but we didn't do that. So I'm just doing one wee little slice of Colby Jack, a wee little slice of Gouda. Not sure if I mentioned that that's the kind of cheese that I'm doing. So, so I'm going to go ahead and do another bit of bechamel on top of this. I also like to kind of make it a little bit more fancy. Sometimes if I'm going to do something like this, like if I'm making stuff for people, also salt and pepper in the bechamel. So, in fact, I'm going to do that now, just to make sure. I know I added some before, but I'm going to add some now. So I would add like some kind of maybe tarragon would be really fun. I didn't do that this time, and that's okay. All right, so the really fun part of this, besides the fact that it's like ooey gooey and like oozing with bechamel, really that is the fun part. It's oozing with bechamel. Oh, so in the first part of the video that died, I introduced, no one loved this. So this knife was made for me by a friend of mine, and like scalpel sharp, I ain't touching that. But the handle is wrapped stingray leather. So I named it Irwin. I'm gonna let y'all marinate on that for a little bit. That's my favorite knife. I love it so much, and I have a kind of an attachment to it. All right, so I'm going to finish smearing this bechamel on here. I'm going to pause this because y'all don't really need to see all of this. And I'm going to come back with the finished product. And again, I do apologize. I'm in my jammies. So that's what we're doing today. Hold on. Okay, so we got about 20 seconds left on the old oven timer here. So just to recap, bread, bechamel, cheese, turkey bacon, bechamel, bread, bechamel. put all that on a pan that was lined with parchment paper. And let's see what happened. I'm gonna be just as surprised as you. So we'll see how this goes. Ooh. Now that is the business. All right. So can't find my pot holders because I live with feral goblins. Children. Oh. Okay. So look what we got here. I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully don't burn anybody like myself. But I'm having to do some weird manipulation. I do apologize. All right, so what we have here, not really a great picture, but thinking it's going to be pretty good. So I'm going to slice this puppy open with Irwin and see how this goes. So I'm hoping that there's going to be some melty goodness. What do you think? Are we going to have melty goodness? Still going to eat it. All right. All right. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I'm not going to eat it because it's fresh out of the oven. But that was a stat croque monsieur. I really hope you enjoyed a glimpse into this. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend.